I went into Mirage wanting that Jithu Joseph zip, the kind of smart, slow burn thriller that keeps you thinking, and what I walked out of was a film that sometimes hits that mark but more often trips over its own twists. The movie is directed by Jithu Joseph and stars Asif Ali and Aparna Balamurali in the lead roles. It's a Malayalam crime thriller. Knowing Jithu's track record, he's the guy who gave us those clever, layered thrillers. Expectations were high right from the announcements. The premise pushes all the right buttons for a mystery. A missing person, a husband and wife caught between suspicion and grief, and a small town surface that hides messy private lives. Asif plays Aswin and Aparna as Abhirami, and the film spirals into questions about what's real and what's constructed, who's lying and why. The screenplay co-written by Jithu and Srinivasan Abral, from a story by Aparna R. Tarakad, tries to keep you off balance with one reveal after another, and for a while it works because the mood and the set pieces feel precisely designed to unsettle. Performances are honestly the film's strongest asset. Asif Ali holds the center well. There's a tautness to his performance when suspicion bites and a human fragility in quieter scenes. Aparna Balamurali matches him scene for scene. She brings a nervous grace to Abhirami that makes you care about the emotional stakes even when the plot is busy with puzzles. The supporting cast, including Hannah Reggie Koshi, Sampath Raj and Arjun Siam Gopan, do solid work in smaller arcs, and when the script slows down to let the actors breathe, those moments are often the most effective. Early audience reaction has highlighted the acting as one of the positives. Where Mirage stumbles is the writing's insistence on shock over coherence. There are twists, yes, but too often they feel like tricks pulled to manufacture surprise rather than revelations that emerge organically from character action. Several critics have noted that the film depends on shock value and piles on turns that don't always stitch together cleanly, and by the time the second half arrives the pacing flags and the emotional payoff becomes uneven. I found the first half slower than I'd hoped. The build-up is patient, but patience only pays off when the later structure is airtight, and here it sometimes unravels. Technically the film is competent. Cinematography by Satish Kurup frames the small town streets and interiors with a moody clarity, and Vinayak's editing holds the first half's tension well even if the edit in the back half could have been stricter. Vishnu Shyam's score keeps things understated when needed and swells during the more theatrical reveals. That restraint helps in moments that are meant to feel intimate rather than cinematic loud. But the overall effect is a mixed one. You admire the craft, you enjoy the performances, but the film doesn't quite cohere into the kind of satisfying close that Jithu's best work does. Audience reaction online has been a split affair. Some viewers praised the acting and the ambitious twists, while many called out the slow pacing of the first half and complained the cascade of shocks exhausted the emotional return. Netizens on X called the first half dull in places, even as they credited the cast for keeping interest alive. That's exactly how it felt for me. Pieces of a very watchable thriller are there, but they don't always form a fully convincing whole. If you're a Jithu Joseph fan or you follow Asif and Aparna's work, Mirage is worth a watch for their performances and for a few genuinely unsettling sequences that stick with you. But if you want a taut, fully satisfying whodunit where every twist pays off cleanly, this one may frustrate you. It often chooses spectacle over subtlety and leaves a few narrative threads flapping. For me, Mirage is an imperfect, watchable thriller, talented cast, thoughtful craft, uneven storytelling. It's not a failure, but it's not quite the Jithu I hoped for either.
Hope you like the video. See you with another interesting video. Bye then, signing off from Black and Blank.